Hi, in this video we are going to see how to use the application insights in ASP.NET Core. First we see what are the things we are going to do in this video. We are going to do the basic implementation and then how to add the custom properties in telemetry, log different messages, control level configurations, remove or filter the modules. Okay, first for basic implementation, what we need? First, we have to install the NuGet package, Microsoft.ApplicationInsights.ASP.NET Core to the project. How to do that? Go to your project, right click, add manage NuGet packages, and search for Microsoft.ApplicationInsights.ASP.NET Core and install it. Now already installed in my project, so that's why it's showing as uninstalled. I already installed the 2.13 version. Okay. Next, what we need to add a below line. Builder.sources.add application insights telemetry. So we can do that in program.cs. Builder.services dot add application insights telemetry. Yes. This steps enables the logging of into the application insights. That's it. But here one check is there. In my sample, we have the author controller. How we are accessing the logger? We have to create a iLogger of controller name and the variable name. So I created a iLogger of author controller and then logger is the variable name and assign it to the read-only property of logger. Then how we can access logger.log.debug or logger.logerror in the methods. You have a lot of methods there. Logger.loginfo, log warning, log critical, log error is there. So whatever you need in this in your requirement, you can do that. But here we have two samples. One is log error and log debug. Basically, log error will log it because the default application insights app provider have the log level of warning log level of warning, so it will log the error but it won't log the log debug. I will show you in the sample now. So in get author we have two methods, log debug and log error. Now I am running the application. Let's see in the action. Application is building and it's running. Okay, so in program.cs we added only the add application insights telemetry method. Yeah, it's boating. It's building the application. Once this is built, we will able to see the application run. Actually, this is on a front end with Angular and back end with the ASP.NET Core. Okay, already ASP.NET Core application is running. So go to the website. This is the application. Here we are running the application. Okay, it's run and it's giving you the list of authors. We will edit one author and we will save it. Now go to the project and search for application telemetry. Application search is there. If you see here, actually you should log the log error and log debug. But if you see what is logged, only exception is gets logged. This is because the default provider for application insights log provider is warning. If you go to the program.cs log level This is the warning they are given. See, this is bottom to top approach. That means if you mention the log level as critical, critical only will log. If you mention the log level as warning, the bottom to top approach, it can enable the critical, error and warning. If you mention it as a log level as a debug, then it will log critical, error, warning information and debug. That's why the default log provider is warning, right? It logs the critical error and warning. The debug is not worked or it's not logged. Now you have to change it. For that we have a piece of code. This is the piece of code we have to do that. We have to add the filter in the program.cs. Go to the program.cs and add it. We added three things. One is add a filter for application instance log provider with a empty of default, and default log level is debug. You have to give the parameters a empty, which will takes the default log level default provider with the log of debug. Then add the Microsoft for log level of warning. The next thing is we have to remove the default log provider level rule. So the for that we have to configure the log filter options and goes to the property of rules and take the first default of Microsoft dot extensions dot logging dot application insights dot app insights log provider. We will once we got the default rule for that and remove it, because here we have the log level of warning. Once we remove it, we can able to log the log level of debug, because we configured it here in the first layer. I will show it in action now. Run the application. See what is the default rule. The provider have the default log level of warning. We have to remove that. It's now removed, and we configured for the default level to log debug here. Now if you see the application is built, after that if you see the get authors, it will bring out the all the authors from the backend, and it will show you in front end. Then if you see the log, whatever you logged in the get author method, this both will get logged. See, now again I restart the application and refresh the get author method. We will edit it and save it. Now if you go to the application search, if you update the method, yeah, you can see that, right? We can able to see the debug also in the log. So this is the first basic implementation of how to log the log in your ASP.NET Core application. Next, what are the additional features we are going to see it now? The basic implementation is done. The next one is custom properties. How we can add the custom properties to the telemetry? These are two things. For each HTTP request, we can log the custom properties. I am taking it as an example of for each request I am adding it. Whenever the response code is 200, I'm adding a property as successful request. Whenever there's an operation telemetry get author, I'm adding a property called props123. Now let me see in this action. We'll taking the telemetry processor for example. So first add a custom telemetry processor. This is the custom telemetry processor. Here I derive it from my telemetry processor and then implement the interface. Okay, and inject the iTelemetry processor, which will send the iTelemetry to the next line item. This is the line for that. So first we have to check whether item is operation telemetry, and operation name will is come from get author. Then we will add the property author custom prop. Next is if it's in a request telemetry with a response code of 200, means successful code, then we will add the success response. Okay. Now if you run this application, for that we have to configure it in the app insights in the program.cs builder dot services dot add application insights telemetry processor. Inside that, custom telemetry processor. That's it. If you add it here, this will run in your custom telemetry processor for HTTP request. Okay, now I run the application. Actually, this is run on the request telemetry. Whenever there is a request telemetry is there, it will run. Whenever there is a operation telemetry, this custom telemetry processor will run and it will give you as the values. Now I go and refresh the get author. If I get authors, it will list out all the authors and edit one line item and save. Okay, now if you go and see the application insights, right? We need to see the request type, not a trace, not a page view, not exceptions, only request type. So we have 15 requests. We will take this get author request. Okay, request is get authors. Now if you see here, there's a custom property author custom prop 123 is here. We're able to see that, right? This is one property we added for get request, get author, and the another one is get successful response. Here, the it is there. Successful response 123. This is also added for all the HTTP requests. Now we will see it in another one, not only from get author. We will see it for update author. Update author. In update author, we don't have that get author request prop, but we will have the successful response prop. So we are able to see how to add the custom properties in the each HTTP or in each telemetry request or operation request. That means here request telemetry or operation telemetry. Okay. Then the next thing we are going to see is log different message. This already we see it. Logger.log.debug or logger.log log critical. We already seen, we have able to see the different log messages. Next one is controller level log. How we can filter now? We have two different controllers, author controller, book controller. For author controller, we are able to see the log debug and log error. Now we will filter it in the level of controller level. Okay, and set the log level as error for the author controller. So we go to the program.cs and we will set it the filter as filter dot logging dot add filter application insights logger provider, then we will give the namespace name webassembly dot server dot controller dot auth controller. Okay, this send it as a string, and we will set it the log level as error. Now if you see, only for author we will set it as a log error. For other controller it will set it as a default of log level debug. Now even though if we have code in author controller, log error and log debug, it will log only the log error. It is start, you will see this in action. Restart the application. Restart the application. Okay, the application is gets restarted. Yes, now okay, it's got restarted. And in book controller also we given the log in get books and updated books. Okay, now we'll see in the app side. First we will refresh, edit our author, go to the book and edit one book and save it. If you see the application inside search, if you see the log, okay, if you see the get books have the debug and exception log, right? Update book also have the debug and exception. So books are getting the correct update and exception. But in the author, update author and get author, we only able to see the exceptions because we filter it out in the log error. So we have seen the controller level configuration. The next one is remove or filter the modules. Here we have two things. One is we can filter out the dependency tracking telemetry module. Next one is we can remove the entire dependency tracking telemetry module. So we will see the first thing is filter out the some options. Okay, so how we can do that? Go to the program.cs, add a line called this builder.sisos.configure telemetry module, and inside we have to pass the dependency tracking telemetry module. There we have the enable SQL command text instrumentation. This means the SQL command and all will get logged in the dependency module, dependency telemetry. Default it will get false, so it won't get logged. If you set it as a true, the default value is false. For a debugging purpose I am showing it now, it is as a true. And if you restart the application, you can able to see the EF core that SQL commands and all will get logged in the dependencies. I will show it now it in the real time. After I start, application is gets restarting. Okay, okay, so now if I refresh the book UI, it will get all the books. Okay, if you go to the application insights and filter it out using select, and don't you want to show all, you want to show only the dependencies and enter. See, get books, get books, get books, right? If you click on the get books and if you scroll down, you can able to see the that query. This is the query which is logged under the EF core, and it is gets tracked inside the dependency tracker, dependency telemetry. Okay, now you will see how to disable it. Default value is false only. For a demo purpose, I am mentioned it as true, and I am showed you as a how it is get logged. Now I again change it back to the false. Okay, and if I refresh it, it won't get logged. Now I am restarting the application. So the application is gets restarted. So it is gets building. Okay, application gets built. Again I am go to the author. It gets refreshed. If I go to the application insights again and I search with the select, you won't get see anything here because the select it is not there. We are disable the options. Now we will remove the select. You can able to see that five dependency are filtering it out. Okay, if you go to the get author and click and see, you won't see the select in the telemetry, select query in the telemetry. Okay, another now if you want to remove the entire dependency module, dependency telemetry module, how we can do it? We can do it with a simple step. Just get the telemetry module and remove it. This is a piece of code. It will work for you to do this context. Go to the program.cs and add this piece of code. Build.size start first or default and extra implementation type is equal to type of dependency tracking telemetry module. If you do it, it will give you the dependency module, and that you can remove it. Okay, so yeah, now I am removing the dependency module. Again I am refreshing dependency telemetry module. Again I am restarting my application. Okay, previously you can able to see the five dependencies which gets listed under the dependency telemetry. Now if I refresh restart the application and try to do the same action, you can't able to see the dependencies telemetry. Okay, now application is gets restarted. Okay, now we see the in action. Refresh the page, it will list out the all authors. Now if you go and see the application site search and update, see here you can't able to see the dependencies, but it tracks the metric request and trace. Okay, now we see in action how we will filter or the how we see the how we do the filter or remove the modules. That's it. From this tutorial we learned that five things. One is basic implementation, next one is custom properties, third one is log different messages, fourth is control level configuration, fifth is remove or filter modules. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe and share it. And if you want this piece of code, I'll share you the link in the description. where you can see a document which can helpful for you do this thing in action. Thanks guys.